Hey guys, what's up? This is Diego here at Cinemageddon Reviews. So I just reviewed Hawkeye Season 1 to continue catching up on all the content I missed over the holidays, so let's keep it going and let's talk about The Witcher Season 2. And just like my review of Hawkeye Season 1, this review is also going to contain heavy spoilers. You have been warned. Okay, here we go. So after the events of Season 1, Geralt of Rivia takes Ciri to his home at Kaer Morhen, where he hopes to train Ciri in the Witcher ways and uncover the mystery behind her powers. Meanwhile, Yennefer of Vengeberg recovers from the Battle of Sodden and decides to do whatever it takes to recover her lost magic. By the way, last time I kept mispronouncing Geralt as Geralt, so I got good this time, and I'm going to keep pronouncing it Geralt. So if you watched my review of Season 1 of The Witcher, you know that I was a big fan of that show, although it was not without its flaws. I thought it had some really good action and performances throughout, but the story was at times hard to follow because of its non-linear storytelling. Now, let it be said that I had no prior attachment to The Witcher, neither the books nor the games. I do own a copy of The Witcher Wild Hunt, but I played maybe 5% of that game, and even then that was after I watched Season 1. Now with that said, I loved Season 2 of The Witcher. The story this time was a lot easier to follow, the concepts were easier to digest, and just like Season 1, it had a lot of really good acting, action scenes, and exciting twists to offer. Once again, Henry Cavill does an awesome job as Geralt of Rivia. This time, Geralt is torn between his training as a Witcher and the responsibility of being essentially a father figure to Ciri. You can really see that through both his performance and the writing, which I thought was way better this season. And this relationship with Ciri adds a lot to the story by both enhancing the characters and raising the stakes. You can tell that Geralt and Ciri are growing closer together as the episodes go by, and it's part of Geralt's arc this season that he has to choose between the Witcher training and Ciri, who he obviously cares very much about. And this raises the stakes a lot, especially towards the finale. Freya Allan, who plays Ciri, really came into her own this season as well, as did her character. I felt that I liked her a lot more this season than last. At the beginning of the story, she's trying really hard to prove herself to be more than just a princess, and it's something that I surprisingly found very relatable. As for Anya Chalotra, or Chalotra, who plays Yennefer, and once again, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name, I do think that Yennefer had a lot less to do this season, and I think that's just because her story went in a different direction. As far as her morals, though, it was interesting to see what she would do to try to regain her magic powers, and it leads to some of the more shocking twists of the story. One of my other favorite parts of last season was the character of Jaskier, who added a lot of humor to the show. This season, he's sadly not in it as much, but I feel like this is still an okay thing because of how the story is written. These are much more serious themes we're dealing with this time, and a much more darker tone, so having him in it less is actually a benefit to this kind of story. Plus, it was just good to see him back. And of course, what is The Witcher if not a show about fighting monsters? This show, just like last season, has a lot of really scary and exciting action. Last season, I think my favorite battle was the one with the Striga in episode 3. This season I actually had two favorites, and that's the one in the first episode with the Brusha, and Ciri, possessed by the Deathless Mother in the finale. Both of these monsters were scary in their own way. They brought with them some really good, exciting fight scenes, and something else I felt the show improved on this season. The story in Season 2 excelled in one thing most of all, which were its characters. Everything the story does advanced the characters' arcs in interesting ways, and I felt that they did a much better job this season than in Season 1. It was really moving to see how arcs were finished and what this means for them going forward. And what they're setting up next season with the Wild Hunt and the Elves has got me really excited, and I can't wait to see what's in store next season. This, everyone, is how you do a second season. It's very seldom that second seasons of a TV show are better than the previous seasons, but The Witcher has done it better than a lot of TV shows that I've seen. I hope next season is as good as this one, if not better. And with that said, my rating for The Witcher Season 2 is 10 out of 10. So what did you guys think of Witcher Season 2? Do you like the show? Are you excited for Season 3? And what are some of your favorite moments this season? Let me know in the comments. Now stay tuned for what's next, you guys, because finally, I'm reviewing Spider-Man 2. I'm not waiting any longer to give you guys my review. I'm just going to get straight to it. And then after that, I'm uploading a video on my most anticipated movies of 2022, so stay tuned for both of those videos coming very soon. As always, be sure to like this video and subscribe, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and please support our Patreon, we really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Diego for Cinemageddon Reviews, and I'll see you on the Wasteland.